A Big Beautiful Journey was a movie that I was really excited about because I really liked the concept of this movie. This movie felt like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind type movie. If you guys have ever seen that movie, that is an awesome movie with Jim Carrey. I'm sure a lot of you have. But, where this is a high concept movie that is exploring a lot of things about relationships and the nature of them. And so I was really, really excited about this movie. I like Colin Farrell. I thought Margot Robbie was a odd choice to play off Colin Farrell. I don't feel like they would have that kind of chemistry, but I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. But I wasn't really sure what was going to happen there. So, that being said, imagine my disappointment when people started telling me this movie was bad over the weekend. I finally got to go see it for myself because you always got to check out things for yourself. I would say like there are certain movies that you probably should never check out for yourself just to see if they're bad. Like I'm pretty dead sure you can listen to all those people who are telling you Madam Web's bad, right? You don't need to do that. But majority of movies, I feel like you should try and see for yourself. No filmmaker goes out with the intention of making a terrible movie. They're trying to make the best movie they can, and some movies are movies that will connect with me and not others. Like Caught Stealing, a lot of people really like that movie. I wouldn't call it a bad movie, but it just didn't connect with me. So it's just my little spiel there. But I really was disappointed by this movie. This is a movie that presents itself as this really high concept movie and doesn't really use that concept well. This is a very boring, very long movie that is ridiculously long. First of all, it's 2 hours and 19 minutes. This is a movie that at most should be an hour 45. And even hour 45 is pushing it a little. The idea of this movie that they present you in the trailers with this red door and showing people at their lives, they don't really properly explore any of that. It's just weird and bizarre how they go about it. And I will have to talk a little bit spoilers to explain that. First act of this movie is these two characters meeting each other, and they spend way too much time on this slow moving kind of relationship. But then they stumble upon this door, and they're able to go into different parts of their lives. And really, the way the trailers made me think about it was like, oh, I thought this was a story about people who have been in a relationship for a couple months, and now they're having to show each other the ugly side of the relationship. But it isn't really like that. Or not ugly side of the relationship, but ugly sides of who they are. And it's like generic stuff of like, oh, a bad musical performance at a play. And then it goes to that to really dark stuff of like, oh, this girl he likes, Margot Robbie's character, is screwing the professor, and so she was the reason her mom died alone. And that's also really weird because I'm like, okay, then you just portrayed the concept of the movie, because the concept of the movie is that he's able to see parts of her life, the ugly parts of her life, but they don't show us that, and they show us this fake memory where she was actually at the hospital of her mother. And it's just really weird, and none of these ideas are properly explored about broken people and mistakes we made in our past, things we regret, and showing that to another person who loves us or wants to be close to us, but we're pushing them away because of the things going on. It's just, none of it works. Colin Farrell is great in this movie, but he's great in a lot of stuff. But it's like his performance isn't so stand out enough that I'm like, go watch this movie. Margot Robbie feels like she was miscast here. I feel like there needed to be someone who understood Colin Farrell's energy, knew how to play off of that a little bit better. Not saying she was awful, like she was fine, but it still felt like there's just something slightly off about her performance. This is just a very awkward movie with a lot of cliches and like misunderstanding of its own premise and ideas and exploring, or just not going far enough with some of these ideas. I love Colin Farrell and I love Margot Robbie, and I was really rooting for this movie. I just got this bizarre kind of mess of a movie that, my God, I really wanted to like. I really wanted to like this one. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this one. Let me know your thoughts. Did you check this one out? Yeah, I stuck reviewing two bad movies this week, which is pretty shitty because I'm gonna like most movies, but this week I haven't seen a good movie. Unfortunately, we'll see how next week turns out.